In this video, I'll show you how the new AI tools in Adobe Premiere Beta are changing the game for color grading and making what used to be the hardest part of the process now the easiest part. Hey, I'm Zach, a travel photographer and videographer from Sydney, Australia, and today I'm going to show you exactly how I'm going to color grade this clip from this to this inside of Premiere using their brand new object masking tools, which are a game changer for everyone using Premiere. I'm partnering up with Adobe Video to let you know about this huge update, so let's get into it. I've got my clip here inside of Premiere and it's time to color grade this shot. I'm first gonna run you through a quick base grade just to get this to a really nice workable state. And then we're gonna go ahead and dive into all of those brand new tools. So first things first, let's dive into basic correction. Come down to my WhatsApp conversion log to Rec 709. Cool, looks good. We can now close up the basic correction tab and then head into creative. I'm gonna scroll down to the bottom and probably choose either WhatsApp Jungle or WhatsApp Moody. I'm pretty happy with how WhatsApp Moody looks. However, I'm probably gonna increase the intensity of the LUT to just about there. That looks pretty good to me. So now that the base grade on our clip is completed, let's dive into the object masking tool. What I'm gonna do is make my way down to the toolbar here, pick up the object masking tool, and now I can hover over my shot and you can see Amanda in this image here has gone all red. And that's because Premiere has now just detected that Amanda is one of the subjects that we can select in our shot. And I'm going to click on her and you can see she's now got an outline on her, but you can see that her hat has not been selected. But when I hover over her hat, I can select it and all I have to do is click on the hat and it now will be selected. I then want to make sure I'm right at the beginning of my clip. And then you can see up here in the top left-hand corner, I've got an unassigned mask and I want to come to the middle button right here, which is track selected mask forward and backward. And all I'm going to do is hit track. Now Premiere is creating a mask around the subject that I have just selected in my shot and tracking it as the clip plays. To do this manually would have taken so much time and it would have also been incredibly difficult to achieve. And just like that, if we have a look now, our mask has been successfully tracked all over our subject and you can see there that is perfect. This tool is going to save so much time. Cool, so now that we have our mask selected and created, it's time to assign it to a lumetri color effect or any effect for that matter. But for this video, we are going to be focused on the color grading aspects of this tool. So to assign it to a lumetri color effect, what we want to do is open up the lumetri color tab on the right-hand side, open the drop-down menu and then hit add lumetri color effect. And as soon as I add that new lumetri color effect, our unassigned mask has automatically been assigned to our brand new lumetri color effect. And now this means that any adjustments I make to this second lumetri color effect will only be affecting what is inside the mask, which of course, in this case is Amanda. So if we zoom in on this clip here and let's just drop off the object selection tool, we can zoom in here and we can see that Amanda's skin is a little bit on the green side. And you know what? Fair enough. We were in a jungle waterfall environment and green was absolutely everywhere. So just a little bit of it is starting to reflect. So let's work on correcting it. The cool part here is that we've already masked out Amanda. So any adjustments we make to this lumetri color effect aren't going to affect any of the other greens in our image, which is great. So if we open up the HSL secondary, pick up the dropper here and then just drop it over Amanda's skin, we've now selected that green yellowish hue and we can see this by just ticking the color gray on and off, which is a mask that shows us what is and isn't selected within the HSL secondary tab. And as you can see, if we zoom out here, nothing else in our image is selected, even though there are plenty of other greens and yellows in our shot, aside from everything that is inside our mask, which is perfect. So let's zoom back in here and make our way down to the tint slider. And we're just going to slightly put a little bit, just a little bit of purple into the skin tone. And we're also going to do the same thing with the warmth, just warming that up a touch. And now you can see a lot of that green has been taken away, which looks really, really nice. Now, one last thing I want to do to this mask is also come into our basic correction tab. We're just going to increase the highlights a little bit, increase the contrast a little bit, and we are also going to slightly increase the temperature there as well. Things are looking really good now with Amanda, but let's take this a step further. I'm going to come back over to my lumetri color panel. I'm going to hit add lumetri color effect. So this is going to be the third one we add. And then instead of going through the process of remasking and retracking, all I'm going to do is take this object mask by hitting copy there, coming to this lumetri color effect here, hitting Command V, which is going to paste this mask back into another Lumetri color effect. And then I'm going to click inverted, which means everything now except for Amanda is selected. So more or less, we're selecting the background, which is great. Now in this Lumetri color effect, what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce the shadows a little bit. I'm going to increase the contrast a touch, and I'm also going to come down to vignette, and I'm also going to add a vignette to our shot as well. And just like that, our clip is now color graded. I hope you can see just how powerful this brand new object mask tool is. And keep in mind, you don't just have to use it with the Lumetri color effect either. You can use it with any other effect inside of Premiere Pro, and the results you can get are pretty crazy. Anyway, guys, that is going to wrap up today's video. Now, please go ahead and do yourself a favor and download the brand new Adobe Premiere Beta in the first link in the description. This update is a game changer, and I'm sure that you're going to love it. All right, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.